Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Trilby's Notes. Alright, let's go ahead and investigate this office room here. It has the safe. I don't think we'll be able to do anything with it, but, you know. Let's look at the wall here. I could somewhat sympathize with the clandestine graffiti artist. Pain! Inflict pain. There was a rickety metal table with nothing on it save the prerequisite blood spots. It almost looked like some kind of creature had exploded inside the safe, and the blood had shot out through the cracks around the door. Come on, Trilby, let's see them skills at work. Open the safe. The door appeared to be jammed shut. This came as something of a relief. Well, try harder. Trilby, please. Alright, well, we're not going to get to really do anything in here. Take the safe with me. Kick the safe. Unlock safe. Pull on the door. Oh, dude, eat the meat. It smelled so foul that I could not even bring myself to raise it to my face. Oh. You could have had a death there. You eat the meat and it's just bad for you and then you die. No, this isn't actually a Sierra game, so nothing there. Oh, let me look at the cow. What did the thing say here? Cow skull. Can I like look at cow skull? No, it doesn't understand cow. All right, was there whispering outside here? No, okay, there is. So yeah, so wait, Clan Bronwyn Hotel. Yeah, see, I'm not crazy. The name flipped, right? All right. Well, this looks just as pleasant out here. Look at the quote-unquote room. The hotel's exterior was as corrupted as its interior. The ground beneath my feet was hard, red, and gritty, like desiccated clay. Is that like someone's actual? No, it's just blood trail. All the windows were boarded up. The alternate hotel appeared to have been abandoned by everything but the horror. Look at the pikes. Look at the heads. The two heads on the right were decayed down to their skulls, but the one on the left was very much fresh, its features made unfamiliar by the torment it had undergone. Hi. Look at the head. Take the head. I was loath to even go near them. Well, sorry, you're go near them. You're right up on them, Trilby. Take the heads. Alright. See, like this here, it's just a blood trail, but it looks like a body with like the arm there. Nope, I can't expect that. Alright, fine. What if I just like look at the hotel from here? The hotel? The hotel? No. The corruption of the hotel seemed to extend for miles in every direction. Even the sky's rusty hue seemed threatening. Stare straight into the sun. Check out that fence. Taking a closer look, I noticed that there were several knot holes in the fence. The holes were big enough to offer a view of the area beyond, if I could just get closer. Holy shit, I can actually do that? See, this is why you investigate everything. Peering through the nearest hole, I saw a barren expanse of harsh ground, furnished with broken piles of rusting metal furniture. I mean, it didn't do us any good, but, you know, you'd miss out on that if you don't like, if you're not obsessive about looking at everything. Which I am. Oh, wait, there was something extra. On the east exterior wall was a bent and extremely unsafe-looking fire escape. Wait a minute. Am I circling? I am. Well, just like those people who couldn't, Felicia and whoever else tried to go through the woods and they couldn't get out. Let me do this again. Fire escape. Can I look at that in particular? It may have once been a usable fire escape, but it was now so rusted and bent with metal fatigue that the slightest pressure would probably bring it crashing down. Couldn't get onto the fire escape from this side of the fence, even if I thought it would hold me. Maybe I can just do knot holes. Peering through the nearest hole, I saw a small enclosed yard with some kind of hideous sacrificial altar. The fence was too tall and sturdy for that. Then huff and puff and blow it down, Trilby. Come on. Use those lungs. I know you're good with them. Right, that sounds a little creepy. I'm sorry. Okay, so we've got meat pliers. Pliers. What can we... We can pull the corpse down, I'm going to assume. We need like an actual like hammer probably for the nails on the board. But I'm going to guess that the pliers will work. Well, you know, I don't know. What does it say? 6-inch nails. Can I just go like unnail? Take off nails. The nails were hammered in extremely far. My fingertips lacked the strength to pull them out. I'd move closer if I wanted to try that. The pliers were ideal for removing the nails. Maybe I can do it on the boards over there too, actually. I guess. I'm going to hate this, though. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I'd hate that. Why you got to do that? He's just... It's gone. It's gone! The body had vanished with the mysteriousness that was becoming typical. Alright, well, Trilby's taking this pretty well here. Didn't understand bathroom. Fine, just kick it in. Open the door. The gloomy lavatories. Lavatories? No, it's the gloomy lavatories. I know I was saying that wrong. Were in a state of advanced disrepair. One of the cubicle doors was hanging off its hinges, and the mirror above the counter was broken. Now, looking in a mirror is a bad idea, but the cracks and stains twisted my reflection into something most unpleasing. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Candyman, Candyman. Candyman's probably one word, but he's not going to understand it anyways. Look at the sink. The right sink was full of blood. The left one was merely dirty. I should probably be more specific. Okay, use the right sink. Wash hands, you filthy motherfucker. Attempting to actually use the sinks was unthinkable. Drink the blood. Break the mirror more. Look at the toilet. None of the toilets appeared to be functional. One of them was overflowing with blood, which left me disinclined to investigate the others. Remember to flush. Even had I the inclination, I very much doubted that the plumbing still worked. Well then, give yourself a swirly. Drink from toilet. Take a shit. Use the toilet. Okay, well. Look at the... Read the words. Read words on wall. Look at graffiti. Let's see. Blood flowed from one of the sinks and one of the toilets, indicating some hideous presence in the plumbing system. Yeah, but it's... Okay, well, whatever. Open the toilet. Couldn't pick that open. Alright, so what was the point of coming in here? What did the room say it specifically had again? Cubicle doors. Look into each cubicle. Okay. I wonder if moving that corpse, like, changed anything else. Can I use the... Wires on the nails? Yeah, I know. Look at... Take off the boards. Use wires on the boards. I should probably be more specific. Take off boards. Use pliers to take off boards. Okay, it's got to be about the nails, right? If I nailed. Use plier on nails. Sorry, use pliers on nails. It doesn't understand that I want to use it on this. Okay, well, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do in the bathroom. Kitchen doors are still going to refuse to open. There's got to be something I can do in here. What am I missing? The cracks and stains twisted my reflection into something most unpleasing. Drain the sink? Turn on the sink. Experimentally, I turned one of the taps, but the only response was a metallic groan from somewhere underfoot. I swiftly turned it off again. Nah, do it again. No. How about this one? Nope. How about this one? This is the only, like, clean one. No, I can't flush. If I'm missing something obvious, I'm sorry, because I don't see anything. I'm trying to interact with what I can and read out what I can. I am a little bit at an impasse. Because unless something has drastically changed in any of these rooms elsewhere, I have nothing else to go on. Which means I'll be right back. Okay, so this did actually, like, it stood out to me, but I couldn't tell what it was. And I don't think that, like, maybe I didn't look at the counter. The counter had 2 sinks and was covered in filth and mold. To my surprise, a brand new sealed envelope was sitting between the basins. Okay, I thought I might have already, like, looking at the counter was, I guess, technically different than looking at the sink. So I'm sure you were just screaming, it's on the sink right here, or on the counter, but, like, I don't know, like, if I don't know, if looking at room doesn't immediately give me the things to actually look at, I guess technically it says counter there, above the counter. I could have said look counter. This is why it's important, and this is why the text parser ones are a little tougher, because you often have to be very specific. If this was 5 Days of Stranger or 7 Days of Skeptic, I could have just hovered the mouse over and clicked it. Alright, anyways, just saying, so this may happen more than once. Envelope. Contrary to everything else in the hotel, it was completely clean. Slightly alarmingly, it was addressed to me. Okay. Baffled, I took the envelope. It was strangely bulky and tore it open. A white pill bottle and a note fell out into my hand. I here enclosed the note with this report. Trilby, if you're reading this, then you too have seen the hotel change. At present, I have no idea if the alternative hotel is part of the ethereal realm or some kind of construct, a pocket dimension. There is a definite correlation between one's level of agitation and one's tendency to reality shift. Fear is your enemy. It leaves you shining like a beacon for whatever evil brought us to this place. Enclosed is a bottle of tranquilizers from my personal first aid kit. When you find yourself shifting into the other place, take a pill and try to calm down, and the real hotel will return. Do not let it concern you. I am researching the phenomenon. Your task is to find Defoe. Good luck. Agent Lankman. I forgot he was here. So wait a minute. That seems kind of suspicious, though. How does he, like, understand what's going on about this? And why would he have the pills for helping this? And I don't trust him. Lankman's letter raised more questions than it answered. I pocketed the pill bottle. It seemed like a perfectly ordinary child-proof bottle of medical-grade tranquilizer pills. A prominent, brightly colored label read, "Warning, some users may experience drowsiness and or hallucinations." Oh, really? I think I'm experiencing them already. Well, bottoms up, I guess. Hesitantly, I tipped the tranquilizer into my palm and swallowed it without water. It quickly took effect. I felt the anxiety lift from the pit of my stomach, and my dismal surroundings seemed to feel less imposing. Then I felt that strange sensation again of lightheadedness and detachment as the world around me began to quiver. Oh, thank God. All right, all right. We've been having that sound in our ears for the last, like, 35 minutes. All right. Goodness. I'm sure that'll be the last time we ever go there. Yeah, right. The toilets were so clean and well maintained that the very tiles of the floor seemed to glow with luminescence. The mirror above the counter was spotless and crystal clear. Oh, what if I had shifted while I was in the office room? You think that would have mattered? How about that mirror? I seemed somewhat pale, but otherwise fine. Strike a pose. You don't understand pose. The sinks were completely scrubbed free of grime, and the taps were unblemished. I turned on the taps and allowed crystal clear water to flow for a second. Then, reassured, turned them back off. I gathered water in my hands and drank long and fitfully. I'm surprised it actually let me do that. Look at the toilets now. All the toilets were spotless, even in the hard-to-reach areas. The hotel management were either meticulously clean, or these toilets were rarely used. Well, time to give it a try. I neither inclination to use the lavatories at that time. I neither the need nor inclination. Alright, well, flush at least. Alright, well, alright, then wash your damn hands. I washed my hands of grime, splashed cold water into my face, then dried myself quickly. Hey, it actually worked. If this was a Sierra game, I would have gotten points for that. But alas, it's not. Man, this hotel looks so much nicer. The dining room was rather small and sparse. It seemed the Clanbronwyn Hotel was only one step above a bed and breakfast. I stared blankly. Okay, it never does anything for that. 5 immaculately clean tables sat ready to be claimed for an evening meal. There were 4 doors. One to the east led back to the hallway, one to the west leading to the kitchen, one somewhat unisex, and neither immediate purpose was not obvious. Oh, okay, well. And that one was boarded up, so. The kitchen doors refused to open. Perhaps I should try rephrasing that. Kick the f***ing door down. I'll huff and I'll puff. I'll pug your door down. It appeared to be locked, probably by a deadbolt on the other side. There was no pick in the world that could unlock a deadbolt on the opposite side of a door. Well, Trilby, you need to level up your skills then. That didn't make sense to me. I'll bet it doesn't. Oh, dude, can we actually play some games now? The hallway was decorated identically to the majority of the rooms in the Clan Bonbrin. Wait, Clan Wanbrin? I see. I told you I'm gonna mess the name up a bunch. Clan Wanbrin Hotel, warmly and pleasantly. Dude, hell yeah! Oh wait, there's a note on it. I've been in my fair share of arcades, and I already know. It says out of order. My day is ruined. It hurts. I'm sorry, what? Look, room. It hurts. That's like some creepypasta shit. What the hell does that even mean? Is that correct? It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Oh, fuck me, dude. I got chills again. They're multiplying. Okay, why is it different now? Dude, this game creeps me out. The hotel bar seemed rather small, but then it was a rather small hotel. There were only 2 small tables and some kind of defunct arcade machine. I knew it. Look at the walls. Look at the posters. 3 framed vintage advertisements for 3 brands of drink decorated the wall. If they were originals, they were probably quite valuable. Stoka Zola. Drink the Zola. I think it was a pub quiz machine. A piece of white card on the screen declared that it was out of I've been ripped off. Fix the game. Look at the actual... The gar. Look at the bar. 2 small tables were arranged for guests. The bar was wood paneled and outfitted with an adequate selection of drinks and glasses. Stools were provided for a total of 7 guests. Obviously, the hotel management didn't expect much of a rush out in this tiny Welsh island. What kind of drinks we got? Okay, never mind. Take a drink. I couldn't drink. I didn't drink. There was no bartender. I couldn't reach the bottles. So many things stood in the way of me completing that request. Fucking climb over it. Be a man. Get drunk. Drink hard. Pass out. Find a hooker. Okay, let's not then. How about that window? The window offered a pleasant view of the nearby forest, the early evening sun hanging over the treetops. All right, well, besides the fact that it hurts, everything's good in there. Oh, how about that? No one's here, which means I can get into the office door. I guess it wouldn't have mattered, but before we do that, we have to end the part here. Wow, I can't tell if I'm making good progress or not. Usually in these kind of games, reading things out loud makes it take longer, but from what I've seen, at the very least, if you know what you're doing, this game isn't overly long. Maybe a little longer or about the same length as the previous ones, but again, it's me we're talking about, so I like to explore everything, so it definitely takes a lot longer, and especially when I get stuck not seeing envelopes, but anyways, we'll go ahead and end this part here, so in the next video, we'll go ahead and continue exploring the rest of the non-Silent Hill hotel, and let's see if we can maybe do something about that safe. I doubt we can, but we gotta at least take a look, so I'll see you guys then.